So today I want to share with you 10, but I have an extra bonus one, things that you don't want to forget about when you are using social media as a tool for marketing. If you are brand new to my profile or Stylishly Branded or Hype Media, welcome. My name is Gina Tassinelli and I do these Ignite Your Influence on Social marketing sessions pretty much every Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. I am the owner and founder of Hype Media and Stylishly Branded, and we work with established business owners, experts, coaches, and consultants to help you leverage the power of social media so that you can ignite your influence on social media and connect with your ideal clients, make a bigger impact, and make more money. And so let's dive in. So we know that social media can be a pain in the you-know-what. I'm going to be super transparent and honest with you. I still have a love-hate relationship with it, even after 15 years in business doing what I do. But it can be simplified. And I think what we tend to forget about are all of these simple little tips to keep us showing up, to keep us from wasting time on social media, because you can definitely waste a lot of time, right? And also wasting money. So let's start with number one. This one is at the very, very top of it all. You need to know what your goals are and what your strategy is. Rather than just throwing content out there, especially on social media or even in emails or text messages, blogs, wherever it is that you're putting content out there, you must have a strategy so that you know what your expectations are, right? That way you can also analyze your KPIs, those key performance indicators, and you know if what you're putting out there is actually working. So you want to start with understanding, what are your business goals in general? Is it brand awareness? Are you looking for lead generation? Are you trying to drive traffic to your website? Are you wanting to interact with your audience? Are you wanting to build a community? Are you wanting to increase your customer service? Now, it can be a combination of all of these, but there needs to be a process for all of these, right? So without overwhelming yourself, stick to one or two goals to start with and then build from there. You need to have brand awareness. People need to know who you are, who you serve, and how you serve them. So that could be right at the top. In order to make sales, you need to generate leads, right? In order to generate leads, you need to drive traffic somewhere, whether that's your social media profiles or to your website or to a lead magnet. In order to cultivate relationships and build connections on social, you must build community. And then when you deliver to your clients, you want to offer a high level of service, right? So all of these really work together. But when you are creating content, when you're putting content out there, and when you're using social media, you want to know exactly what is your intention and what is your goal for every time that you are on social media and that you're putting content out there. Okay, so how can we do this? How can we build those goals and really focus on our goals? Number one is choose a social media marketing goal within itself. So are you looking for more engagement? Are you looking for more clicks? Are you looking for more views? Know exactly what that goal is that you want from your social media. You want to also learn everything about your audience, more than just their age, where they're from, whether or not they went to college, what industry they work in. You want to know everything. You want to really dig deep, like what is bothering them? What are their struggles? What are they losing sleep over at night? And what do they wish they had more of? Get to know your competition, do market research. I just posted something the other day that I just moved from Android to iPhone. And all my life I've been on Android pretty much since smartphones have been around. And so I actually opted in to get tracked, retargeted on Facebook for ads because I do market research. So be really intentional as to who you're following and use them for inspiration. Do a social media audit on yourself. And if you don't know how to do this, we actually provide a mini social media audit call. So just say the word audit down below and I'll get you the link to book that. Set up your accounts and improve your profiles. So make sure that your accounts are optimized, that your profiles are optimized so people know exactly what you do and how you can support them. And then when you're doing that research, that market research, find inspiration, see what's working for others. You want to also have a social media content calendar and create quality content. Content is no longer about quantity, it's about quality. There's only a certain amount of inventory on these platforms. So you want to make sure that every time you are putting yourself out there, it has intent, it brings value, and it has quality. Okay. Number 2, the second thing we don't want to forget when we are using social media is don't make it all about your business. And I see that so often. There's a customer journey that we bring our ideal clients, our audience through when we are putting content out there. And I'm sure you've heard of this as like the awareness stage, consideration, purchasing, retention, brand ambassadors. What I see many times, and believe me, I used to do this too, is that we get stuck in that purchasing stage. And so we make it all about wanting to sell something. And what we forget about is, why are people coming to our social media profiles for? They're not coming to get sold. They're coming to interact, to engage, to be entertained, to be educated, and to have fun and to be social. And so don't make it all about your business, but incorporate a lot about yourself as a personal brand. You are an extension of your business when you are an expert, when you're a thought leader, when you're a coach, when you're a consultant, if you're an attorney, if you're a realtor. It is really about you. People want to connect with you first. So just be real, be authentic, and show up unapologetically. Okay. All right. Number 3 is you want to engage with your audience and join more communities and engage within those audiences. And so what I mean by engage, it means don't just use social media to promote yourself. Use social media to create connections, to build relationships, to be social. So I suggest, and this is something that we train inside of our programs and we do with our private clients too, is we encourage our clients to block out a small amount of time and be very intentional how you're going to use social media. Go on these platforms in the morning, 15, 20 minutes. Be very specific as to the people that you want to engage with. Go to their profiles, personal profiles, business profiles, and make comment on their content. So be more of a giver than a taker on social media. And I promise you that the platforms will reward you for that. People get really scared of the word algorithm, but it actually can be your best friend if you work with it. All right. Number 4 is remember that, and there's a lot of comparisons happening on social media. We tend to think, oh, this person has so many followers, therefore they must have this huge successful business. I want you to know that that is not fact. Okay, so if you are following other people in your industry that have been in this business for much longer than you have, or maybe they seem like they've been in business for a shorter period of time, there is history behind that. We have no idea what their background is from, their network, or, maybe they have investors backing them. So just because others have or seem like they are influencers, they have hundreds of thousands or millions of followers, does not mean that they have a successful business. In fact, many of these followers are not even real followers. So, if you follow me, for example, on Instagram, I have maybe 1,000 followers on my Instagram on Stylishly Branded. But we are we've been in business for 15 years now, so you don't have to have hundreds of thousands of followers. So just know that a bigger following isn't always better. It's more about quality and who you are connecting with. Number 5 is don't be on social just to be on social because everybody else is there. So here's what I mean by that. TikTok, for example, is super popular right now, right? I have some videos there. Not many. It's okay. I always suggest to our clients, I encourage our clients to let's get really, really good at one platform or 2 platforms and then expand from there. And you want to start with, where do you spend most of your time? Or if you are just really getting into social because you've been doing things offline for some time and okay, you're missing the boat, it's time to jump onto the social bandwagon, then go where you feel your ideal clients are spending more time on. So if you are wanting to connect with corporations or corporate owners, LinkedIn might be really good for you, or Facebook. Maybe not so much TikTok. These other platforms, they're great to expand your reach, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to find your ideal clients there. So you don't have to be on other social platforms just for the sake of it. Number 6 is use, create, and practice your brand voice. Be yourself. So I'm quirky sometimes, I'm silly, I'm passionate about what I do, and I want to make sure that that is the way that I'm coming across. So don't fake it till you make it. Just because you see something work really well for somebody else doesn't mean that it's going to work well for you. Just be yourself and use yourself in your business as the brand so that you are an extension of your business. Number 7 is don't forget about hashtags. Hashtags can be your friend. Now, when you're thinking of using hashtags or trying to find the right hashtags to use, you want to use a combination of trending hashtags, branded hashtags, hashtags that relate specifically to that image or to that piece of content that you're putting out there. And if you are partnering with somebody else, make sure to use their hashtags. So hashtags are a great way, especially on Instagram, Twitter, even LinkedIn, to get found. Not so much yet on Facebook. I know it's been for some years now, people have been trying to use them, but it's not something that's really used that much on Facebook. But they can be a great way to get found on these other platforms to build a bigger audience of your ideal clients. Number 8, which is one of my favorites, is you should be using video marketing. It is a necessity nowadays. So I know for many it's challenging, it feels awkward, and guess what? It is for everybody that starts out. It was for me. And it gets easier. But if you're not using this as a marketing tool yet, I'm telling you that you are missing out. Here's why. When you show up on video, number 1, you have a gold mine of content to create from one video within itself. But there's so much that you can do with video. You can do expert interviews, Q&A sessions. You can do product demonstrations, behind the scene tours, user-generated content, how-to tutorials, giveaways. What I'm doing right now, I can take this one video, turn it into a blog post, chop it up into different pieces for emails. Also take little clips of it for reels. There's so many things that you can do with video, but it also allows people to get to know you, and it really elevates your credibility and your expertise. Number 9 is don't just use your content one time. So make sure to repurpose, share content. And every few months, you should do this. Your content can be an evergreen kind of like ladder for you. So what I suggest doing is go into your analytics and look at what content is getting the most engagement, clicks, views, comments, reactions, and then keep doing more of that, or schedule it out, that same piece of content 3 months later. People will not remember that you already used that piece of content. Believe me, we get bombarded by thousands of messages per day that they will have no idea that you had already posted that. Number 10 is use some social media tools. So there are some really, really great ways to manage your content, to repurpose content, to keep things organized. You can use things like Trello. We use Cloud Campaign. Another one that we're trying out is Metrocool. Also, SmarterQueue is another really great one. And there's hundreds of other ones. Or look for different social media tools that you can use for helping you with your analytics, helping you manage your content, and repurposing content, as well as social listening, which is really important. When you're able to listen to what other people are putting out there, what questions are your ideal clients asking? Are people mentioning you? It allows you to also step up the level of content and your customer service that you're providing on social media. Okay, and then the last one, which I kind of mentioned just a minute ago, and this is a bonus one, is you want to make sure to track all your results, and those with the highest results, you want to optimize. You want to optimize by adding some paid traffic strategies to that content, especially if it's evergreen content. It's a really inexpensive way, if done right, on how to reach a larger audience of your ideal clients and build a really nice automated lead generation process. If you have any questions, let me know, comment, and drop them down below. I will come back and check this out, and I will see you next Thursday, same time, 12 p.m. Eastern Time. Until then, remember, stay social. Bye.